Before we get into the video, this is future me who's just filmed the video talking about what you're just about to watch. It's a little bit of a mess. It's a little bit here, there and everywhere because I thought I'll just ramble. I'll talk from the heart. The head? Heart? I'm talking from myself, sure. And yeah, it's a little bit of a ramble, it's a little bit of a mess. At the end I try and wrap up the video, but then I realise there's more things to talk about, so even when it seems like I'm wrapping up, I'm probably still going to ramble on a bit. Basically it's just a warning, it's a little bit of a mess, and I look like a bit of a mess, but it's fine, I don't care. So enjoy. You probably don't want to watch it now. Hi, hello. I feel like I haven't filmed for so long, even though I've been uploading regularly, but I think the last videos that I posted were both filmed in the same week, and that week was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. So I feel like, yeah, I haven't actually filmed in ages, and I thought there's actually quite a lot to catch you up with, and I just wanted to do a kind of sit down, chat, chill kind of video. And I also thought it might be able to give you a chance to see like where I'm at and like, yeah, that sort of thing. So I haven't really been in the mood to film either, which I'll get into in the video, which is why I'm doing this video. So as you can see, I'm wearing no makeup, looking a little bit rough, but I've looked worse. And I'm trying not to let it bother me too much because acne is natural, it's normal. We all, well, most of us get it, some lucky people don't, and I hate them for it. But yeah, loads of people get acne. It's normal, it's natural, it's nothing to really hide away. Yeah, it's not ideal, I'd rather not have acne, but I've got it and I'm dealing with it. But I don't know how to begin with this. Probably the best place to begin is when I went to the dermatologist, or like back to the dermatologist at the end of May. And I was going back just to see like whether Roaccutane would be an option. And like just have a chat about my skin because it really broke out again in September, October kind of time last year, and that's when I tried to start like clearing my skin naturally because I thought, well, I'm gonna have to wait ages for the appointment anyway, I might as well do something. But yeah, it actually did clear. Like by December, January it was pretty flat. Only had a few scars, like it was actually doing pretty well, and it kind of stayed that way up until about May. Like little breakouts would come and then they'd clear, but it was never like perfect, so I was always a little bit insecure about my skin. So when the dermatologist appointment came around, I thought I might as well go because if Roaccutane's an option then I would have gone on it again. But the dermatologist looked at my skin and he said he didn't really think it was bad enough. Like I've got mild acne but not severe, even though I think at the point where I showed him my skin, I'd say it was almost as bad as when I first went on Roaccutane. But yeah, anyway, he said it wasn't bad enough, he wouldn't recommend going on it again. So instead he prescribed me Differin for my skin, which I've been using since, and that massively broke me out to start with, but it seems to be calming down now. But yeah, he prescribed me Differin, and then he also said he recommended that I get checked out for PCOS because I had a little bit of hirsutism, which is like excess hair growth, and then acne is also a side effect of having PCOS. So I booked in that appointment with the doctors and just said, dermatologist said I could have PCOS, can we check this? Went for an ultrasound, which was fun experience. Before an ultrasound you're supposed to drink a lot of water so that they can kind of use the water to look through or something, I don't really know. But yeah, that's like the external ultrasound, but they said that I hadn't drunk enough water, even though I had definitely drunk the amount because I wanted to avoid the transvaginal one as much as I could, like if possible. But no, apparently I hadn't drunk enough water, so I had to have the internal one. I've heard like a lot of people have to have that one anyway, so I was kind of expecting it. But yeah, basically from the ultrasound and some blood tests and like the acne and all of that, they diagnosed me with PCOS, which not ideal. Like it's actually really common, but it's still not the nicest thing to know you have. For people who don't know, PCOS is polycystic ovary syndrome. So basically I've got, not like, they're not massive cysts, but like follicles or something, but you have to have a certain amount on each ovary to be classed as polycystic, and I had plenty of cysts, or plenty of follicles. So yeah, they diagnosed me of that along with my blood tests and stuff, which showed that I had like abnormal hormone levels. But yeah, they diagnosed me of that, which, as I said, it's not ideal to know you have, because obviously it can affect fertility, which I did have a little cry about to my mum. Like, I think the day I got diagnosed, I had to pick her up from a physio appointment, and she was saying like, oh yeah, how you feeling about it? I was like, yeah, alright, I just might never have kids. And I just started crying, even though kids aren't something that I've I do want kids in life, but just at the moment it's obviously something you really try and protect against. So yeah, I was kind of having mixed emotions, feeling very confused about everything. But yeah, I just had a little cry to my mum about it. Overall, PCOS is quite manageable. It's just kind of, it can be a little bit confusing and a bit, not overwhelming, like kind of overwhelming to get on top of, because you just have to consider a lot of things, and it kind of feels like your body is fighting against you a little bit. Like, everything that should be working to keep your body going normally, it's kind of not, and I feel like I found that quite upsetting as well. But basically, to not solve my PCOS because it's not curable, but to help it and like hopefully help my acne and hirsutism, I've gone on the pill, which I probably wouldn't have done if I didn't want it as a contraceptive as well. Like, if I wasn't seeing anyone, I probably would have just tried to clear my skin naturally still and like try and balance my hormones naturally, because I have watched videos on ways you can try and do that. Like, it's not scientifically proven, but it's kind of like got some case studies that can back it up. But yeah, as I thought, I'd kind of like to be on the pill anyway, just to make sure I don't have any children anytime soon. I thought like going on the pill would be the better option. So I'm on Dianet at the moment, which is apparently the most prescribed one for PCOS because it does help with skin and it's supposed to help with hirsutism and all of that. So far so good. I've not noticed any mood swings or anything. I've actually started feeling a lot better, because the whole reason I haven't really been in the mood to like make videos or anything is because I was just feeling so crap about myself. Like, I was thinking, oh, my body just hates me, like there seems to be things wrong all the time. Like, as I've said, I've had a lot of health struggles last year, and I just felt like this year was going to be another repeat of that, because I felt like I couldn't enjoy my summer last year because I was having these dizzy spells, which turned out to be anemia anyway. But yeah, I felt like last year I was just massively unwell. Not massively unwell, but just had like spells of being a little bit ill. So I was just worried like, oh, that's happening again, like I'm not going to be able to enjoy my summer, I'm just a burden on people because I'm just like constantly got all these problems. But then I thought, like, it's not my fault. I don't want to have PCOS. I've done nothing to give it to myself. Like, it's not something you can catch or like do things and then, oh, suddenly you've got loads of cysts. Like, it's just something that happens, and if there's nothing you can do about it, there's nothing you should be worrying about, really. Like, as for worrying about having kids in future, there's stuff I can do. Like, it might not even affect my fertility, but if it does, I can go through IVF and stuff like that. Like, there's no point worrying about it now because I don't want children right now, so it's not something to worry about. And then also because of the PCOS, my skin's been quite bad, so that's kind of been affecting my happiness because it's been making me a bit insecure, which makes me feel like I can't properly enjoy myself. And obviously if I'm filming myself, I don't really want to be appearing on camera with loads of acne, even though that's what I'm doing right now. But on the kind of plus side, I guess, is that being diagnosed with PCOS does explain a lot of things. Like, I did have not like really irregular periods in the sense that I wasn't having many. I actually, if anything, sometimes had too many. Like, sometimes I'd have like a funny, this is probably too much information, but I don't care. Like, sometimes I'd have a funny like kind of light one and then a couple of weeks later be bleeding again. So I obviously wanted to kind of sort that out because no one really likes being on their period anyway, let alone being on their period too much. So yeah, being diagnosed with PCOS kind of explains why that might have been happening. Like, I think when you have these follicles and stuff, it means you're not ovulating properly, so even though I might have been bleeding quite a lot, that didn't necessarily mean an egg was being released or something. I don't really know. I'm not a medical person, as you can tell. But yeah, also the PCOS explains my acne, because as my hormones are everywhere, it's obviously going to be affecting my skin. So hopefully going on the pill and doing natural things to try and control my hormones will mean that my skin won't continually break out. So yeah, like, although it's not a nice thing to have, it's also kind of encouraging to know that that's why certain things have been happening. So I'm just trying to look on the bright side of it, and I think I finally got over the self-pity stage and have just thought like, right, I've got PCOS, I've got acne, I'm gonna deal with it, and I'm gonna not let it affect me, because I can't do anything about it. So I could either mope about and just like be all sad about it, or I could accept it and be happy, which is what I'm doing now. But also people have been asking me for a skin update, which I've kind of been putting off because I don't really know how to phrase it, but because it seemed to be going well with my skin clearing naturally, I wanted to come back to you and be like, yeah, it really worked, like my skin's really been clearing. But when it started breaking out again, I just felt a little bit embarrassed, I think, that it wasn't really working for me. And like, there's nothing to feel embarrassed about, and I know now that it's because I've got PCOS, but yeah, I just felt a little bit embarrassed, like, oh, I've been trying so hard, yet my skin just breaks out again, and I don't really want to have to come back to the camera and be like, oh look, I've still got acne. So yeah, I'm gonna show you some close-ups of my skin now. It's not the best, but it's not as bad as it's been. Like, I say it's not the best, it's really not great at all, but it's kind of stopped breaking out massively now, so hopefully it will just clear up, and hopefully being on the pill will help that. I know some people don't think going on the pill is a good idea because it will just break out again when I come off of it, and that's something I'm going to have to face at the time. But I think as a temporary solution, it's good for me anyway, because as I said, I want it as a contraceptive, and if it clears my skin at the same time, that's just great. What I'm going to try and do while I'm on the pill is just eat really clean and just try and be as healthy as possible, so that eventually when I do come off of it, it won't be such a shock to the system. Like, it probably still will be, but if I'm doing all of these natural things to try and balance my hormones as well, hopefully it won't be as a big shock as it could be. So yeah, does that make sense? Probably not. So yeah, I think that's all I really wanted to say. I don't really want to ramble on endlessly for no reason, because I mean, yeah, I don't want to do that, and also you probably don't want to watch that. So yeah, I just wanted to update you with why I've not really been filming, even though to you I guess it kind of looks like I have been. But yeah, hopefully I'm gonna get on top of things now and just, yeah, focus on being happy, filming good videos and all of that stuff. Like, I've just not really been in the mood, and I think hopefully you can understand why. Like, there's been a lot going on, and also like, that's only half of it. I'm not going to go into all of like my personal stuff. Like, my personal life and my love life are fine, but having those health issues have kind of not like impacted on that, but because having those things have made me a little bit insecure and a little bit down, I feel like that has kind of impacted on those a little bit. But they're fine. I'm happy in myself and happy with other people, yes. But yeah, I've had a little bit of a rough month. It's been a little bit of a struggle, but I'm getting happier. Well, I'm very happy. I'd be worried if I was getting much happier, because I think I'd then be unstably happy. But yeah, I'm happy now. I'm hoping to get back to filming, but yeah, I just wanted to say I'm sorry if it feels like I've not really been in it that much, or yeah, I think that's the main thing with my videos. I feel like I've kind of not begrudgingly filmed them, but kind of not been fully in it. But now I just want to get back to filming videos because I want to be filming them. So yeah, hopefully that answered some you didn't even ask, but hopefully that kind of explains some things, and yeah, you just hopefully understand where I'm coming from. But yeah, if you have any questions about my skin or PCOS or any of that, I will hopefully definitely answer. I'm very bad at looking at notifications at the moment, so I do need to get better at that. But yeah, comment any questions you have, or Write anything you want in the comments and I will reply. I just need to actually remember to look at things. Also, I've been like interviewing for jobs and stuff. I know that I'm like wrapping up this video and then thinking of other things to say. But yeah, I've been quite busy and not like stressed, but like there's a lot of things going on right now, so I feel like I haven't properly been into YouTube, but I'm getting back into it. I'm being happy, being positive. I wanted you to know that I've not forgotten about YouTube and I've not forgotten about like Instagram and stuff. There's just been a lot going on and my head's not really been in it, but I'm coming back and hopefully everything's gonna be good. So yeah, I will actually stop talking now. Comment anything you want below, but only nice things please, because that would be nice. And I'll see you soon. I'm gonna go.